Tonight's game is brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities and by user testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. Northern California meets Southern California for the second time this season. It's the Oakland Roots against San Diego Loyal, and so much has changed since these teams last met. Tonight from Laney College, alongside USL veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Warm-ups and injury time are brought to you by Muir Orthopedic Specialists, online or in person. Muir Orthopedic Specialists provides specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. Now, I mentioned the last time these teams met, things were different. Oakland in a downward spiral, San Diego in the middle of what became a 9-match unbeaten run. As we take a look at the Puma Pacific Division standings, San Diego has maintained the strong form, and Oakland has turned things around in a big, big way.
They have, and if you're the Oakland Roots, this is a big 3 points. You're at home, you're in front of your own fans at Laney, so you want to get these 3 points to keep pushing into that playoff picture. And if you're the Loyal, keep the good form going and keep putting pressure on the Phoenix Rising.
Now, these teams met on 6/29. It's been a long time since the end of June, and when we chatted with Landon Donovan and Jordan Farrell, they mentioned they really didn't even look at this game because so much has changed for both teams since then.
And you're right there, Joe. So much has changed, especially for this Oakland Roots team. They're getting the rhythm, they're getting in confidence, they're scoring goals, they're playing well as a team. And for this San Diego Loyal team, they're bringing in big pieces that are making a really big difference. So it's going to be an exciting game here tonight.
You mentioned the pieces they brought in, none bigger than Augustine Williams, who is on an absolute tear right now atop the formation.
And when you're a striker and you are in form, it is a scary thing. You're signed and you're brought in for a reason. You're paid to put the ball in the back of the net, and that is what you're doing as of late. He's making an impact on this Loyal squad, scoring all types of goals. He's big and he's tremendously active in the box. So look for him to grow in his confidence and play a big part in the San Diego Loyal offense tonight.
It'll be up to the East Bay Community Energy player to watch to keep him out of the net, because tonight that is Paul Blanchette. A stark difference in the numbers before and after August 11th.
And the numbers as late speak for themselves. When you are a confident keeper, it grows throughout the team. He's a leader in this Oakland squad. He needs to be confident, secure, and step up if Oakland wants to secure a big 3 points for them.
This team has only given up 8 goals in the last 8 games. They are in terrific defensive form. So this should be a really fun one tonight between San Diego and Oakland. It's the first of 2 meetings between these teams in the next 11 days. And it's a big one in the Pacific Division playoff race. The All-Cali clash between the Roots and the Loyal kicks off in just a few moments.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
Ball over the top for Rodriguez, cut inside, back post, exclamation point. ready at Laney, referees are ready at Laney, players are ready at Laney, we're ready at Laney. But first we take a look at the starting lineups for both of these squads, beginning with the San Diego Loyal, and lineup tonight brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. A lot of the usual suspects out there for San Diego.
And there's just so much power. Everyone plays differently, but they all combine and work together. Williams, Herzog up there. It's going to be a really important duo right there. Martinez coming on the left side. Moshe Bani scoring goals. Adams and Martin pulling the strings. It's a really exciting San Diego Loyal lineup.
On the flip side for the Oakland Roots, we might see a little wrinkle tonight based on the personnel we were given with a slight formation change. We'll see on the fly though, Ricky.
We'll see how it goes, but I'm really excited for this. Ward getting down this left side. Diaz getting down on the right side. But it all comes down to Fall, Pastore, Hernandez right there. Those are the playmakers. Those are the special players. And Rodriguez, he's getting informed. So it's going to be a really exciting and a big match here for the Oakland Roots.
Rodriguez scored on Wednesday night in the 1-0 win over Las Vegas Lights. San Diego in the orange from right to left. Oakland in the black tops, white bottoms from left to right. The man in blue is Jeremy Shear. We await his whistle to get things going here in Oakland. Second place in the Pacific, San Diego against sixth place Oakland, and we are underway at Laney. The crowd is already buzzing. It has been for the last half an hour. This crowd senses that the Roots are in the middle of a terrific turnaround. A team that was 1-8-3 at one point. Now they come into this one 6-9-5.
And I don't think it's only the crowd, Joe. I think the whole league is taking notice of this team. After our talk with Landon Donovan, he had nothing to say but praises this Oakland Roots team, how they're coming in form, how they're coming together, and coming to Laney is going to be a big test for them.
Now the wrinkle we mentioned with the lineup, we were given a lineup that had three typical center backs. So we see if Oakland maybe tweaks it. Usually they go with a 4-2-3-1 or something along those lines, but you noted it as soon as you saw the team sheet come out, maybe to counteract the way San Diego plays a bit of a 3-5-2 or a 3-5-1-1, as you put it.
Yeah, it's a really interesting formation that Coach Farrell put out, but I have to think it's to put pressure on Moshe Boni and Martinez, to push them back, to pin them back, because those players are very good attacking players. They want to get in behind. Both the likes of Ward and Diaz, pushing them, pinning them back. It's going to be really hard to find them in transition, which is San Diego's game plan, which they're very good at.
And then Donovan always has the scarf on. That's his staple ever since he's been in charge of San Diego Loyal. As this one is played down the flank. Long run for Enriquez to keep it in. He's at the end line. Lays it off for Hernandez. Trying to find some space to work with. Sliding by Larraz, inside Enriquez, but he gives it away in the end. Always has that scarf on, Donovan, and tonight 65 degrees, so you know what, it actually kind of comes in handy. A chilly night in Northern California.
It's a fashion statement from Landon Donovan. Gets it done on and off the field.
Here's Elijah Martin. This team likes to be in control of the possession. When these teams last met, they controlled it to the clip of 63-37 in their favor. Kickoff tonight was presented by User Testing. Real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. Visit usertesting.com to learn more. Alongside Ricky Lopez Espin, I'm Joe Malfa tonight at Laney College, here where East Oakland meets West Oakland.
And it's been a bright start for this Oakland squad. A couple of minutes ago, you saw Hernandez, Enriquez getting in crafty footwork, and those are the type of players that they are. They're slippery, they like to dribble, they can take you one-on-one, find that pass. So it's gonna take a really tall task for Yarrow, Stoneman, Larraz, and Martin to keep those guys in check.
You take a look at the numbers on the season, and Oakland's record in terms of goals scored, goals against, it's not too positive, to be fair. 27th in the league in goals scored with just 21, and they're 17th middle of the pack with 30 goals against. But lately, in the last 8 games, those clips have been much improved as Akeem Ward sends this one beyond the goal. In this 8-game stretch, Oakland 13 goals and only 8 against. If you throw out that Tampa Bay game, which was a very tough cross-country flight against arguably the best team in the league, it's 13 goals, 5 against. So they have really turned things around. They're 5-1-2 in that 8-game stretch.
And it's a simple thing, but when you're putting the ball in the back of the net and not letting the ball in your net, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to start getting points, you're going to start getting wins, and you're going to become confident and work yourself into that season. And you can see that they're flirting with that playoff line. So it's just a huge game for this Oakland Roots to find a big 3 points at home. But it's not going to be an easy one. This San Diego Loyal squad is full of talent, and they are playing tremendously well at the moment.
The moves they've made, bringing a couple of players in on loan at the end of August, with Williams up front and Martinez on the right wing. That will change the dynamic of this San Diego team. They all just complement each other so well up there. Herzog, Williams, Moshobane, they just play off of each other. It's just like a symphony up there, the way to describe it, as well as they have already found cohesion in just a few short weeks.
And that's what happens when you have talented players, experienced players, players that know the game, have been around the league at the MLS level and the USL level. They're able to adapt and see what kind of player am I playing with. Does he like the ball with pressure on his back? Is he a left-footed player? Is he a right-footed player? All those little things matter, and they become comfortable very quick. What a move that is right there from Diaz.
Crowd loved it as well. Flicks it ahead to Rodriguez, but it's cut off by Josh Yarrow. You see the flags the fans are holding tonight. It is Pride Night for the Oakland Roots. The first 1,000 fans got 1,000 flags. I should say one each. They didn't get 1,000 each for the first 1,000 fans. That would be a lot. High pressure from Oakland trying to lock San Diego in. A slip on the turf from Martin. Here's Williams dropping deep with Herzog. Over the top from Martin. Sending Martinez on the run. First time Blanchette has had to touch the ball.
And that's going to be a really interesting matchup there. You see Fall and Colin Martin, kind of both of the anchors for each of their teams. And it's going to take a really big performance from each one of them to be able to control the tempo, when to go, when to relax, to grow the confidence within the team, move the ball. It's going to be a really good matchup in the middle of the park tonight.
Jeremy Shear says play on. Nice move to slip by Moshobane. Enriquez tried to duplicate it the other way. Here's Moshobane, the team's leading scorer. Doesn't hit that one well. He's got 8 goals in the season. Take a look at the injury report. Brought to you by Anthem. No injuries listed for the Oakland Roots, and it's Trey Muse and Jack Metcalf, the two who are out for San Diego Loyal. We haven't had to mention his name yet on the other end. Austin Guerrero, the way he's played in Muse's absence, there's no certainty that Muse gets the job back when he's healthy, as well as Guerrero has played.
And that's a good problem if you're Coach Donovan. You want your keeper to step up, to have the next man up mentality, and Jose gets a hard knock there.
Adams, the captain, the guilty party. Hernandez still on the ground. He came in late in the match against Vegas on Wednesday. Oakland used the 2-game road trip, first out to Tampa, then against Vegas, to kind of give a lot of the regulars some rest. Hernandez, one of those, did not get the start on Wednesday. This replay brought to you by Nation's Giant Hamburgers. Eat real, eat Nations. Lengthy chat early in the game between Jeremy Shear and Charlie Adams.
Two players that know each other very well, Jose Hernandez and Charlie Adams in the RSL organization while I was there as well. So you know they want to get the better of each other. I don't think there's any ill will there, but it's going to be a really matchup to keep your eye on between those two players.
You're going to have to text them later and mess with them. Now, we've seen some spectacular free kick goals from Fall this season already. We're out of that range. Too far from here. But what will Chuy Enriquez cook up?
And we're only 8 minutes into this game, 9 minutes into this game, but this is a huge opportunity for this Oakland Roots squad to put Guerrero under pressure.
Enriquez clips one in. Good ball there is Ornstill. He crashes into Guerrero. Yellow card is going to go against Ornstill. Not a bad ball from Enriquez. Tough angle there. You're dead center of the field. You're kind of in that in-between gray area distance.
That's a teasing ball, and Ornstill, I think he just leaves his foot up a little too long to catch Guerrero on his stomach side. We'll look again. Yeah, I just think it's that late. Cleats showing straight into the midsection of Guerrero, but if you're Guerrero, you need to be strong. You need to be confident going out for that ball. Whether you come out with a war wound, but I think he'll be okay and to continue with this match.
As you would always expect and hope that is the case. Teammates coming to the goalkeeper's defense, but Ornstill immediately apologetic, did not argue about the card, just took it and went with it. Knows in the end the decision was poor. Moshabane to Herzog. Here's Williams and Martinez linking up. The two loanees coming in at the end of August. Adams tried to thread the needle. It takes a good bounce in San Diego's favor. But a little bit too far out in front of Moshabane.
And it's really good and active goalkeeping there from Blanchett to be on his toes and swipe up any loose ball that's in his area. You see it again. You have to be ready at all times against this Loyal offense because they have so much firepower and they can beat you in any type of way. And lucky enough for Blanchett, he was on his toes to recover that one.
Blanchett joined middle of the summer, tonight making his 10th start. Before August 11th, as we showed you earlier, a 2.66 goals against average with a 65% save percentage. Since then, 0.83 in the goals against, 74% in the save percentage. The unquestioned #1 keeper now for Jordan Farrell's squad. Green didn't catch that correctly, but fortunately, nobody far enough up the field from San Diego to trouble it. Visori, a heavy touch, and he pays for it, but draws the foul. Physical game early on. We saw the yellow at the other end for Ornstill, the foul between Adams and Hernandez. Now this foul here, just 11 minutes into this, buckle up.
You can just tell how much it means for each of these teams, going after every single loose ball that they can get up to. Yeah, I think it's Colin Martin just coming through the backside of Visori, a little bit too eager, and just catches him a little late. But you have to be careful. You do not want to pick up a silly yellow. And it's going to be really interesting for Ornstill. He gets a yellow at the 9th minute of this game with the likes of Williams, Moshabane, Martinez running at him. So he has to be very careful, very disciplined in his tackles. Same thing with Colin Martin. You see, I think the next one, him and Adams put in a hard foul. I think they'll be getting a yellow. I'd be pretty careful.
Taken by Ward. Look back for Green. Diaz spots the run from Hernandez, but not enough room there to get the ball through. All the way back for Blanchett. Dicey play out of the back. Visori wins it back. Enriquez out for Ward. Not a lot of room to work with on the wing, but he earns the throw. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Green strides forward. Here's Diaz. Hernandez. Ball fall, dangerous from there. Seemed like he was caught in between. Wanted to shoot, wanted to pass. In the end, no harm done.
I think at the last second he saw or heard some of his teammates calling for the ball and just got caught between two minds. But if you're Coach Farrell, this is something you love to see. Not once, but twice you're able to break that press for the San Diego Loyal side with the ball into the middle, with the likes of Enriquez showing, Hernandez getting on the ball, and it's really good signs 14 minutes in for this Oakland squad.
'72nd minute, that's when the breakthrough came for San Diego the last time these teams met, end of June. Went a long way, scoreless in that one. Enriquez putting on a nice display of footwork, but too much in the end. Good idea from Rodriguez to dummy it, but Enriquez not close enough. This Oakland team is the all-Scrabble name team, by the way. A lot of Z's, Diaz, Enriquez, Hernandez. I'm missing one. Rodriguez, you get the Q in there for Enriquez. This is the all-Scrabble name team.
Diaz as well. Great
Threaded
ball.
through, great ball in. Williams, defended well by Orange still. Still battling in the box. Green just toe pokes it away. Desperation clearance from the center back. It got the job done. Nothing there as Martinez goes down. And that's last off of Yarrow.
And you can just tell by the blink of an eye how explosive this Loyal team is. It's a great ball in with the great run from Williams into the box. So it's going to take a really big effort for Clemente, Orange still, and Green to be organized, compact, hard to play against with Vasori sitting in front of them. Because this San Diego squad is just so creative in how they attack with the runs, with the balls. It's going to take a really big task, and I'm expecting a dogfight in the final third.
Guerrero out to clear this one. Quarter hour gone with Ricky Lopez Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Thanks for joining us tonight here at Laney College. Second meeting of the season between San Diego and Oakland. First meeting of 2 in the next 11 days between these teams. San Diego will go back home for a game before returning on the 22nd. Adams going the wrong way, pokes it in the middle. That was very dangerous. A blind pass back to the keeper with Enriquez barreling in.
This Oakland squad is putting pressure on this San Diego Loyal back line, and Guerrero has been caught a couple times, and he's been active, he's been confident. It's a good sign for him, but if you're the San Diego Loyal, you want something like this to happen.
A lot of space now for Martinez. Moshabane makes the run in. Pardon me, that was Williams. He was claiming that there was a deflection there, but it'll be a goal kick for Oakland. Enjoy game day this season with your closest friends and family by securing a Roots family pack. Fan packs include 4 tickets plus 4 beers or soft drinks starting at just $80. Visit oaklandrootssc.com/tickets for more information. Blanchett, you could tell right away that that was offline. Just in the body language. Adams finds Herzog. Little give and go. Adams slips it by Fasore, but Green presses in. The young Larraz at right back. Gets it inside for Martin. Larraz, another one of those players here on loan. He joined over the summer, back on August 6th. Few MLS matches under his belt this season, as well as a homegrown player for Colorado Rapids. This new turf for Oakland, still a topic of conversation in chatting with Landon Donovan. He was able to chat with a couple of other coaches to get a read on how the field plays. But Jordan Farrell was confident that it's being broken in more now. It's playing more true. But it was something that San Diego was mindful of. They wanted to be more careful in the passes around the back in case there were any funky bounces.
And we see, a couple of them 19 minutes in when you hit it and it just gets caught up on the turf. So it's really important to have that into fact when you're scouting a team or playing here, training here, whatever it might be. But it makes so much of a difference once that turf is getting broken into and has some wear and tear on it. The ball moves more like natural grass. And you can see 20 minutes in, this Loyal side getting into the groove of it, knowing their touches, knowing how the ball rolls, and it's going to be just watch him grow in confidence as this first half keeps going on.
Diaz taken down, and Landon Donovan had a lot to say about the progression of the Oakland Roots. They're a very dangerous team, he said, as they've gotten to a point where they can constantly get their best 11 out there. And they're a team that needs to be taken seriously. He noted early on they had a number of issues between the field with COVID, still bringing players into the roster. That kind of hindered their growth a little bit, but he didn't mean that in a negative way. He meant it as a kind of looking in the mirror sort of way, where San Diego was there last year. They were an expansion team as well, and he knows that it takes time, and Oakland has finally hit that stride, found that rhythm, and again, similarly to San Diego last year, they're coming on for a late playoff push. So by no means Landon Donovan taking this matchup lightly.
And he was quick to praise this Oakland squad and their form. It's a good idea there for Martinez, but he was very quick to praise and say they're a team now. Before they were, like you said, they had a lot of obstacles going through COVID, players' injuries, not knowing each other, but this team is coming together. You can see the confidence and the results are following. So it's not only the San Diego squad, but every team in specific division is looking at this Oakland squad team as a dangerous team. They can get points off of you any given day, so you have to bring your A game.
Yarrow draws the foul from Rodriguez. And now Diaz commits the foul. Very physical game early on. Martin and Diaz pat each other on the back. No harm done there. Innocent looking foul. Back to Yarrow for a moment. He's a player you played against in college, and you told a very interesting story about him off the air that you need to tell again after the free kick. I just want to mention it so we can circle back to it, because what you had said I had never heard before.
Yeah, he is a tremendous athlete, especially in the college game when played against him.
Adams and Martin stand over the free kick. First real good opportunity to get in a dangerous cross from a set piece for San Diego. Martin feigns, Adams takes it, backside of the 6. Herzog trying to keep it alive, as is Martinez. It's back for Larraz. His ball in, the header was free, but sent offline. Hernandez looking to get it clear. Williams in pursuit, giving away to Martin. Back the other way with Adams. Blanchette mishits it. All right, your Yarrow story. I had never heard it before.
So I went to Creighton University. We were playing against Georgetown in the Big East, and we went to Shaw Field. It was the Big East, I think, championship final, and one of our players was on a breakaway, and Yarrow was playing the center back, and this Georgetown team was just full of stars, correct? They had Keegan Rosenberry, Arun Basulovic, Brandon Allen, who's here tonight, and one of our players put the ball through his legs, and we're like, okay, it's going in, it's going to be a goal, it's a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. But Josh Yarrow literally sat down on the ball and stopped this counterattack. And I've never seen anything like this, especially in college. And he was just a tremendous player. Truthfully, he ran the game from center back, and he was just so athletic, so good on the ball, and he's just so much mature than anyone at that age. And you can see he's had a tremendous career. And he's just a tremendous athlete and a good person as well.
One of the stalwarts on the back line for San Diego. When you told me that story earlier, I could not believe that he had the wherewithal and the athleticism and the reaction time to literally just sit on the ball.
It was incredible. I need to find you a highlight. It was just incredible.
Well, you know, if he gets nutmeg tonight, watch out for that again.
We're 23 minutes in, and this game has had such high tempo, and that just speaks to the quality of players, especially in the middle of the field. With this San Diego Loyal squad, you see Colin Martin there. Charlie Adams has grown into it, but he's been more like connecting passes. Jose Hernandez getting on the ball for Oakland. It's just been a joy to watch, and how fast that these players are able to have in their mentality and their technique. So it's been a great ball.
Great ball over the top. The flag was delayed, but it pops up now. Williams just slightly mistimed it. Two clubs battling over the Atlantic Division's final playoff spot take center stage when USL on ESPN continues. Charlotte Independence travels north to Dillon Stadium to take on Hartford Athletic Thursday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. I know the focus out west here, of course, is on the Pacific and it's on the mountain, but actually that game that'll be on ESPN Deportes on September 30th. Those teams played tonight, and it was a big 2-0 win for Charlotte Independence in that playoff race. Sylvain Marveau scored both of the goals for Charlotte. And elsewhere around the league, so far, nothing too impactful for the Roots. Pacific Division games kicking off shortly. Still have LA Galaxy 2 and Phoenix yet to kick off. It's 0-0 between Orange County and Vegas. It's 1-0 El Paso over Sacramento. And then, of course, 0-0 here as we approach the half-hour mark. Mentioned earlier that both of these coaches kind of threw out that first meeting because so much has changed. But Jordan Farrell did mention he still watched it because you learn a lot about yourself by the way a team attacks you the first time you meet, because it says a lot about how they scouted you. So he still said there was something to be gained that he would apply to tonight.
And that's a tremendous way to look at it. And I think he's completely on. When you have, because all these teams have film on each other. Wow, what a run this is.
Enriquez keeps it alive. Ward knocks it back. Shot coming from Clemente, nearly picked out the bottom corner. Don't get too many shots like that from the center back, but put a charge into it.
And what a run that is from this Oakland side on that left flank of there. They've been doing work. They've been crafty in their movement. And you love to see this from a center back, to pull up from about 20, 25 yards with no shame. And it's a good effort there. Just unlucky to not to put that on target. But going back to our talk with Coach Farrell, and I think something has to be said about that. As they're playing three in the back with Clemente, Orenstill, and Green, and you can see it's putting pressure on the San Diego Loyal side and pitting them back. They're being able to press high. You see Akeem Ward getting in and around that left flank. Diaz has had a couple runs, and I think he's tweaked that to maybe throw Landon Donovan a little bit of a curveball, and I think it's working 27 minutes in so far.
Late whistle from Jeremy Shear. Jordan Farrell mentioned that this game would be won in either box. The way these teams attack, it creates a lot of chances for both teams, and when they played the first time, they both got into the double digits in terms of the shots. And you look at it so far, his key of the game won in the boxes. So far, neither team has really pressed into the boxes. It's been played a lot in the middle, not too many chances either side.
And that's when you want one of your special players, or either for the Oakland Roots or the San Diego Loyal side, to step up, to take the reins of this game and be able to find that final pass, to be able to have that special dribble that we've seen Oakland do a couple times in that corner. But you need to score goals. You need to win games because you score goals. And you want Rodriguez and Williams to get on the ball more often, put them in dangerous areas, feed the strikers. Just when you're a striker, you live on confidence. You live on being able to get in form. So you need to feed those players.
Rodriguez got his first on Wednesday against Vegas. It was a turnover forced by Vol Fall that turned into a very quick counter, and Rodriguez made it count. Rodriguez has played as a winger, he's played as a 9, but he likes to be in the box, and that's where he is now as he tries to hold up the play. Laid off for Diaz. Deflected on in towards Rodriguez, who commits the foul. Jordan Farrell mentioned he still can play the wing because he's so intelligent with his vision to pick out the runs, and he runs very well off of a Jeremy Bokila, who we don't see tonight, which slides Rodriguez up to the 9, but a very versatile player to have in the toolbox up top.
And it's a tremendous skill to be able to know different positions, be able to read the game differently, to see the field differently. And it's also a very good tool to have if you're Coach Farrell. You're able to switch on the fly and give teams different looks while they think you're going to play one way in the scouting report, and you just change up. As you see here tonight, they're going as a 3 in the back. And I don't think Coach Donovan and the Loyal were ready for this.
Matias Fisore called for that foul. Like Hernandez, as I was mentioning earlier, one of those players who got a break on the road trip. Came in as a sub late in the Vegas game, did not start. Fisore, his first year in the United States, really settling in nicely. He's one of the leaders of this team. Jordan Farrell always talks about the diamond at the back. It's Blanchette on the back of it, it's Fisore on the top of it, and it's Clemente and Green as the two center backs. That diamond at the back has led the way over the last 8 games, as they've only given up 1 goal per game in that span, and 3 of them came against Tampa Bay. Ball swung in towards Moshe Bane, free header, what a save by Blanchette. Rebound is there, it's still loose.
What a save. What a ball in, what a header, but an even better save there from Blanchette.
And he's down now on the back end of it. That's not what you want to see if you're Oakland. What a save by Blanchette. Just as we're talking about how he has led this team over the last 8 games.
And you can just see the interchange of this San Diego Loyal team. It's a great ball in from Martin. And I think that's Williams. But what a save that is from Blanchette, just to get across and have the body control to keep that out of that top corner. He needed to have a big game, and he's having a brilliant game so far with a world-class save. Hopefully he's okay.
Player orthopedic care provided by Dr. Roth and Muir Orthopedic Specialists, online or in person. Muir Orthopedic Specialists provide specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. That powerful header right there in the moment from Williams shows how dangerous what the dynamic is that he's brought to this team ever since he joined on loan near the end of August. Williams, that loan was made official for the rest of the season. 3 goals in 3 games since joining, and a player with plenty of experience with LA Galaxy and MLS, a few games under his belt. 114 USL appearances as well, going back to his time with Portland Timbers 2 and LA Galaxy 2.
And that's why they brought him in, to score goals, right? Landon Donovan wants, obviously as a former forward and the best to put on the U.S. jersey, he wants to score goals. And you want to bring in players that do that. So Williams has been a tremendous asset for the San Diego Loyal team. But going back to that save from Blanchette, it's not the save that impressed me. Of course, it was an unbelievable save, but not to give up a silly rebound and to put it in the middle, back into the middle of his 6. He has the body control and the whereabouts to put it a little bit wide so you don't have the likes of Herzog, Moshe Bane, Martinez running in and having an easy tap in. It's a tremendous and world-class save there from Blanchette.
His 10th start tonight, the unquestioned #1 in goal. Mentioned the stats, 2.66 goals against in his first few games before August 11th. 0.83 goals against since then. Such a difference for Paul Blanchette. Spent last year with RGV, made 10 appearances. Still trying to catch his breath after that. Back up tonight is Zeus De La Paz. Taylor Bailey started the last 2 games for Oakland. Already noted Hernandez and Fisore were among the veterans who got some rest during the road trip. Blanchette as well got a breather in both of those games on the road against Tampa Bay and against Vegas. And Taylor Bailey filled in nicely. 3 goals were given up in that Tampa Bay game. But if you go back and watch them, there was nothing you could do about 2 of them. And one he probably should have had. Jordan Farrell said as much, but with some of the spectacular saves he made in that game and with a couple of goals he let in that no keeper in the world could have saved. All in all, a really solid performance that Jordan Farrell was happy with as the young Taylor Bailey kind of cements his role in this keeper rotation, or I should say the backup keeper rotation between he and Zeus De La Paz. No rotation at the top. It's Paul Blanchette's #1 jersey to hold on to.
And what he gained from that road trip is experience as well. To be able to go into a hostile environment like Al Lang Stadium, where the Tampa Bay Rowdies are tremendous, and to have good save and a good showing, that speaks to the future for this Oakland Roots squad, and you can tell how happy and how excited Coach Farrell was about him.
And after getting those starts, he gets tonight off tonight again with Zeus De La Paz on the bench, but hopefully it looks like we don't have to dip into the bench here just yet. Paul Blanchette has shaken it off, and he's good to go. Martin takes a lot of space. He had Larraz making the run on the right side. Now he uses Larraz, 19-year-old.
And if I'm Coach Donovan and this Loyal side, I want Corey Herzog on the ball a little bit more. He's been a bit quiet for a player of his ability and his talent. He's a special player. He likes to run off on number 9 like Williams and find cheeky little places inside the box to have clever finishes. So you need to get him in and around the box and get him the ball more. He's been a bit too quiet 35 minutes in.
Larraz lost a shoe, and then Donovan looks on. Talked about making sure this team did not hit that wall in August. He addressed it by just coming out and saying it one day during training. He was like, look, it's hot. The schedule is condensed. We have some travel we got to deal with. It's a long season. Don't be afraid to have a little dip here. It's only human nature to have a little dip there in the summer. But the one thing he said back when he was a player, now as a coach, as soon as the calendar turns to September, your mentality changes. You can see the finish line in sight. You know the playoffs are near, and you bring it back up a few notches. You forget that dip ever happened, and we're past that dip now. It's September. The air is crisp here in the 60s. Fall is on the horizon, and the playoffs are as well.
Playoff soccer around the corner. That's the best time of the year. And you know that man right there lives for crunch time. He lives under pressure. He loves it. As a competitor, he was. And you know only his team is just going to believe and grow and to emulate his mentality. So look for this Loyal team to step it up here in September, keep gaining results, and be a force to be reckoned with going into playoffs.
It's admittedly a long road right now to try to chase down Phoenix, but they would love to hold on to the number 2 spot because you get that first playoff game at home. Enriquez working on Larraz, gets a cross in. Guerrero slaps it away. Orange County on the heels of San Diego. They play later on tonight against Las Vegas at home. 2 points in the live standings San Diego Loyal has ahead of Orange County. Long ball up to Williams. Flag stays down. He sends it across for Martinez. Martin back to help. Elijah Martin, that is. Martin cuts in. Lays it off for Adams. Now Colin Martin. Larraz. Cross from the 19-year-old. Header away from Green. Regathered by Martinez. Overlap from Martin. It's back to Adams for a shot. No trouble for Blanchette in the end.
But it was a good spell of possession for the Loyal side. They were able to move the ball left to right and find that time when to exploit this Oakland Roots side. When you have a player like Charlie Adams that can hit a ball on a rope with his left foot, why not try? But it's good signs for Landon Donovan's side to get a good spell of possession here as Oakland wins a corner kick.
Time for a corner kick powered by East Bay Community Energy. East Bay Community Energy providing green power at low rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more. The playoff picture right now for San Diego, of course, as we mentioned, they're in. For Oakland, they're trying to chase down the teams ahead of them. And they're not too far off in the live standings. They're only 6 points back of Tacoma, though the Defiants would have a game in hand. But a big meeting Wednesday. Those teams meet here in Oakland. Big 6-point swing potentially for the Roots as they continue their improbable climb after the way the season started. 1-8-3. Corner from Hernandez. Got it into the dangerous area, center of the box, but no black jerseys collapsing to it. Here's Herzog. Martin looking for an option, just gets it back to Herzog, who we haven't heard much from tonight.
And you know Coach Donovan wants him to get going. He's such a pivotal part in the attack. So you need to get that man confidence.
Colin Martin to Elijah Martin. Back for Colin Martin. Laraz, a stumble there from Ward as he's out to defend. It allows Laraz to turn the corner. Handful of minutes to go here in the first half. Volley from Adams. Nearly picked out the top corner. Maybe a yard away from the goal of the week candidate.
I think that is the goal of the week if that goes in. He's able to have the technique and to hit this as clean as he does. It's truly impressive and just tells you what a left foot he has. Taking another look at it here. What a strike that was. If he's put that on target, it's asking a lot of questions of Blanchette there.
I wouldn't definitively say that would have been goal of the week if he scored, just because I don't know yet what the other goals look like, and there were a lot of them tonight. Tampa Bay won 6-0. Pittsburgh won 5-0. So there's 11. There's got to be a cracker in there that really is in contention. So just because there've been so many other games around the league, so many other goals around the league tonight, that's why I said maybe.
It's up there for sure. It has to be.
High goal scoring night in USL Championship. Those two teams, Pittsburgh and Tampa out east, continue to dominate the Atlantic Division.
The Loyal are just finding it really hard to break this Oakland Roots press and get out of their defensive third. That's when you need the likes of Williams, Moshabani to get into that hole and provide that outlet to be able to hold players off and bring their other players in. And they've been lacking that outlet pass to be able to find a player pop into a hole, get the ball and able to turn and break this line of this Oakland Roots squad. It's been really difficult for Landon Donovan's side so far.
Hernandez misses Volfall, the intended target, but Rodriguez keeps it alive. Ward, right idea to hit first time, looking for Rodriguez, but not enough on it. United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more info on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Ball out for a San Diego throw. Jordan Farrell talked about what makes San Diego so dangerous is that connection that has been brewing over the last couple of weeks between Williams and Herzog up top, and the way Moshabane plays off of them underneath. And so far, Coach Farrell would have to be happy with the way his back line has kept those guys in check, aside from the one header Williams had that forced that big save from Blanchette.
And I think not only this back line, but Fesore as well, and the likes of Enriquez, Hernandez, Rodriguez, even putting pressure on this San Diego Loyal side. You see Clementa or Fesore think he knocked, I think, in the neck. Hopefully he's okay.
Behind the play, I think he might have caught a stray arm from Moshabane. Jeremy Shear blew the play dead for a foul. Gives a thumbs up that he's all right. And after the fact, a yellow card is issued. Didn't quite see exactly what Moshabane did, but as my eye followed the ball out of the corner of my eye, it caught Visori go down, and clamoring from the teammates to issue a card. See if we can get a look at it in a moment for you. Sorry, still being worked on. The fourth official notified us there were going to be 5 minutes of added time. That was a couple of moments ago before this stoppage, so we'll see what the number officially is in just a moment. Now, depending on what the stoppage time number is, things could still change here in this first half. But as it stands, 0-0, going into the locker room. If you're either coach, Ricky, what are you saying?
I think if I'm Coach Farrell, I'm the happier of the two. With the pressure that our forward line has been putting on the San Diego Loyal squad, they have not been able to get into rhythm, to be able to play their game, their style of football that they like to possess, connect passes. The front three has been so active in putting pressure on, and they've had some decent opportunities. They've been creative in that final third, especially in that far corner with the dancing shoes on, slipping through a couple players. And if I'm Coach Donovan, I'm telling Adams, I'm telling Martin to get on the ball a little bit more, to connect players in, get Corey Hertzhoff going, get Martinez going. These players have the talent. They've shown time and time again that they can do it. It's just a matter of getting them in a rhythm. And with you doing that by getting the ball, by growing confidence, connecting your first pass, having a slick dribble throughout the middle, and just growing and playing into the game. So the second half is going to be really important.
Officially, it is 5 minutes of added time, but as you see, we've already gone through the first minute and a half, so don't be surprised once we tick over the 50-minute mark. And stoppage time brought to you by Nation's Giant Hamburgers. Hungry for a hamburger? Don't settle for a nothing burger. Go for a Nation's Giant Hamburger, the East Bay's favorite since 1952. Really fresh, a little hard to hold, totally awesome. Keep it real. Make it Nation's. Now we get the free kick from that foul on Fasore, and Hernandez, the trigger man, floats into the top of the box. Ooh, is it off of last? An orange jersey. It's going to be a corner. They're pleading their case in there, Yarrow and Martin, but corner for the Roots. Half-hearted fake from Enriquez to take it quickly as Hernandez now positions it. Hernandez curls it in, and it's sent away. Diaz sends it right back out wide. Here's Hernandez, a chance to get a secondary ball in. Center of the box, Clemente free header. Not on frame and too far out in front of Rodriguez.
Clemente looking like a striker. First the shot, and now the header, but it's a really good and clever move here from the Oakland Roots to have the composure to find that second ball, to get that second phase ball into the box. Unlucky enough not to trouble Guerrero.
Reminder, 5 minutes were given, but the first 90 seconds were spent tending to Matias Visore, so we imagine the whistle's coming right around the 51:30 mark on your clock, give or take. Long ball up top, looking for Williams. Clemente clears it out for a throw. Those two have battled for 48 minutes so far. Green gets a foot on the ball in from Martin. First half of this game going like it did on Wednesday for the Roots, 0-0 at the end of 45 before they got the goal. About a quarter hour into the second half. Very different start to this game though for San Diego. In their last time out against LA, they jumped on the board really early in the 11th minute, and they were up 2-0 at the half before going on to win that one 4-2.
We keep talking about the firepower that each team has and the special players they have in the middle of the park, but the back line for both of these teams have been tremendous. Organized, compact, making it hard for each team to play in those lines. So I know both coaches will be happy with their defensive units and how they perform so far in this match.
Martin out for Williams. Rather Martinez, but out for a throw. Shouts for handball as it hit the arm of Hernandez while he was on the ground, but play on. Here's Elijah Martin. Taken away by Hernandez. Heavy challenge by Adams, and it's brought back for the foul now. Stoneman caught a late challenge as well. That came from Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez was injured right before the season opener for the Roots. Came back a couple of weeks ago against New Mexico, making his third start since then. Has a goal, has an assist. That whistle not to end the half, it's just to bring it back because Jeremy Shear was not ready to begin play yet. Jordan Farrell said of Johnny Rodriguez that they knew internally what he was going to bring to the table once he got healthy. Just a matter of how quickly could he shake off the rust, and the answer was very quickly. He jumped right into the mix, and he has appeared in every game since he was cleared medically.
And just speaks, you touched on it early, just the type of player he is to be able to play in different positions, be that versatile player that they need to score goals, have assists. And you know this Oakland Roots organization is very happy with him and his performances.
They're happy with his performances. They're not happy with that non-call. They thought they had a free kick earned at the edge of the area. Halftime whistle coming any moment now. And there it is. 2 combined shots on target in the first half, both for San Diego. One menacing, forced a big save from Blanchett. The other one, a rather routine save. A lot of chess going on between these two teams in the first half.
And this game is going to be won and lost in the middle of the park. Have one of your special players for this Oakland Roots side or the San Diego Loyal side to step up, create some magic, find that final pass, have that composure, and have a clean strike on goal. It's calling for some magic, Joe.
Second meeting of the season between these teams, and it's the first of 2 meetings they have in the next 11 days. It's a big one in the Pacific Division. The kids are out in full force to support the Roots, and there was a lot of physical play in the first half. We'll see what it brings in half number 2. We're back in a moment here on ESPN+.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Oakland, the town. A world-class city where it's not just about where you're going, but it's also where you come from. See, here, there's always room at the top. Where sky's the limit, but roots help keep you grounded. And this is town business. If you know, you know. Some might say it's rough around the edges, but we all know that the flavors are in the margins. It's a family affair out here. It's all eyes on we. Hold it down for the people holding you up. These things matter to us.
It is let's go Oakland over and over and over again, where East Oakland and West Oakland meet.
Show the town love, and the town will love you back. Oakland, forever.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
At the break between the Oakland Roots and San Diego Loyal, and it is Pride Night tonight here at Laney College for the Oakland Roots. Just a few of the many bullet points of the things they are doing tonight. Portion of all ticket sales go to the Oakland LGBTQ Community Center. The first LGBTQ plus bar in the country is actually in North Oakland. That is the White Horse Inn. And they have some local LGBTQ soccer clubs in attendance as well. Again, just a few of the many bullet points of the great things they are doing here in the Oakland community. And with that, we turn it over to Devin Kerr with this week's edition of The Dish.
Sometimes you just feel extra spicy. Bartender, shots for everybody. Week 21 in the USL Championship. Lou City never lost 3 in a row. They're on the road at Hartford Athletic. Not going to happen. Tap in by Cameron Lancaster. Not the greatest of goals, but it's 63rd regular season. That moves him to 5th all time. Stir the pot a little bit more because as Lancaster does the dirty work and he's doing the dishes, little cut to the near post, back across. Not the greatest of goalkeeping. Just tap it in. Tap, 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 roo by Jorge Gonzalez. They are off and flying. Leave it on a jet plane, never to be found again. No one told Preston. This kid was magnificent. What a ball back at the cross. Spins the slots. 7th on the season for Obregon. Hartford Athletic, just like that, with the 5th on the season for Derek Dotson. Still alive. They're back in it. But as I always say, there's 90 minutes. That was in the first half. 4 goals. It's crazy. Brian Ownby, 4 goals for him. 8 assists. Career numbers on one end, tied on the other. And Antoine Openo. You call your friends, you text your family. No one's around. Hostess, table for 1. 4th goal on the night for Lou City. 3 points. And just like that, all is well in the Eastern Conference and Lou City trying to reign supreme. Charlotte, Loudon. I'm going to let the numbers speak for itself. 5 goals. 2 in the first. 3 in the second. Why? Why, you ask? This is what happens when you get a double yellow. Not on Husu. Yellow in the opening 5 minutes. Yellow in the 37th minute. Irvin Parra grabs his 8th and 9th on the season. Hugh Roberts scores a goal. Just hanging out on the back post. He wants to make friends. He sticks one in the back of the net. That's a center back by you. And I love Hugh Roberts, but it's a center back by you. You got to do better. You got to get stuck in. Can't do that. Palomino, goalkeeping should be better. That's all I got. I'm just saying goalkeeping should be better. Defending should be better. Charlotte Independence, they win 5-0. They can go 7 clear if they can complete a victory tonight against Hartford Athletic. Tulsa is back. Oh, the producer, Eric Valero, is flying because it's not black and yellow. It's black and gold, and it's Marlone. 1-0. You're welcome in the 11. Arteaga. Yeah, I mean, the thought on the goal itself, it's a good strike, but when you stand at attention, that doesn't mean stand still and don't defend. 89th minute controversy? Absolutely not. This is a smart striker. Just getting a little bit dragged up behind. Super Dario puts it into the back of the net, gives FC Tulsa. Lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it. Streaks of winning 3, losing 3, 3 unbeaten, 4 losses in a row, 5 wins, sprinkle in a couple of wins and losses, and all of a sudden, FC Tulsa thinks that they can get into second place. They're very close. Haji Berry, 21 goals, 22 games. That means there's 10 games left. How many goals can he score? At .95 goals a game, that says 30.4, but we don't give out anything for .4. Let's call it 30. Let's see what he does with the record. Je m'appelle Jose. He's not French, but with strikes like this, it's fine dining all night long. Monarchs, reach into your back pocket, grab that thing you call wallet, put it on the table, pay the tab. Wow, how good was that goal? Welcome to the USL Championship halftime segment, ladies and gentlemen. What's that thing on the tube with videos, highlights, stats? We'll see you soon.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Diggy and tees it up. What a strike! And what a goal! Hartford has a goal!
His right-footed shot, and it's in! Knocked away. Looking for Para. Could fall for an opportunity here. The shot comes in! Oh, it's brilliant!
I did get an interesting text from someone in the Phoenix organization talking about how big and physical that game was, and maybe they didn't necessarily know it was going to be just like that. I think they got a good taste. By the way, in case you're wondering, Forrest Lasso is competing for the Summer Olympics in gymnastics. Just wanted you to know. What
So is Lee Cohen. He was part of that routine.
Bring it to me.
Forrest Lasso, the defender of the year, leaping over the ad boards and pirouetting his way toward the dugout.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Here at Laney College, it's 0-0 between the Oakland Roots and San Diego Loyal on the Anthem Halftime Show. Alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. We take a look around the league with some news and notes. Two players going for gold. Haji Barry, Evan Loro going for the Golden Boot and Golden Glove, respectively. For Barry, it's 21 goals in 22 games. That is just absolutely ridiculous. And Evan Loro, I think it's 7 straight clean sheets now. I mean, those two are running away with their awards. And the monthly awards, well, I just mentioned with Haji Barry. It's no surprise he's the player of the month. Paul Dalglish, undefeated month of August. He gets the coach of the month. And the clear audio player of the week is somebody in tonight's game. Corey Herzog had a couple of goals in the past week. And with that, we take a look at some scores from around the league. Now, earlier we were talking about maybe if Adams' shot went in, it would have been goal of the week. There's again the reminder of the Pittsburgh score, not pictured the 6-0 win for Tampa Bay. 11 goals in just those 2 games. That's why I was not clear to say that, because I haven't seen those yet. I'm sure one was beautiful. A couple of big ones in the Pacific Division as well, with Sacramento losing Orange County over Vegas. And now here's the upcoming schedule around the league. Which one of these are you sitting down to watch?
I think it's someone that we're very familiar with, the Oakland Roots and Tacoma Defiance. That game is huge for both teams, both flirting around that playoff line. You know the Oakland Roots, they want to get into the playoffs. Tacoma, they want to keep up and stay onto that playoff line, so it's going to be a huge match there.
Way to cop out with that answer. We're calling that game, so I would hope that you're going to watch it. With that, we have to end on a sadder note, though. It is with great sadness that Pro was informed this past week that referee assessor Merritt Guthrie passed away on September 6th at the age of 67. Former referee and national referee coach joined Pro's assessor panel in 2019. And as a mark of respect, Pro officials will be wearing black armbands in all games across MLS, NWSL, and USL this weekend. Our thoughts are with Merritt's family at this extremely difficult time.
What do you think about our new tagline?
Have you checked that on Urban Dictionary?
That's descriptive.
How's our checkout working?
I can't add it to the cart. The chat's in the way. Frustrating.
Eye-opening.
See it how your customer sees it with user testing.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Our world is made up of digital experiences, experiences that rely on the movement of money. From payments to purchases, from transactions to transfers, Marqeta's modern card issuing platform enables companies to issue physical, virtual, and tokenized cards to build their payments infrastructure. That's why leaders across industries use Marqeta to power new and innovative experiences. Marqeta, you see a card, we see endless possibilities.
We bring the Anthem halftime show to its conclusion with a look at the first half highlights brought to you by Anthem. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. To be honest, Ricky, there wasn't a lot in the first half. A very cagey game between both teams. Only 2 total shots on goal. Both go San Diego's way.
And here is the most dangerous action of the half. What a save and what a header that is. But it's all about the same from Blanket. Just to have the whereabouts, to have the body control, the athleticism, to move his feet before taking that power step and to keep that out of the net. What a save that is.
And a few moments later, again, it was San Diego on the attack, but nothing too difficult to deal with for Blanchette.
Again, it's just a routine save there from Blanchette. He needed to have a big game, and so far he is stepping up, keeping that ball out of the net. It's something that Coach Farrell needs to see.
San Diego kept the pressure on. Now this one went wide, a couple feet to the left, and it would have been big trouble for Blanchette.
It is, and it's a tremendous strike there from Charlie Adams. Just unlucky not to get it on target.
Here are the stats from the first half brought to you by Anthem. Look at the shots on target, only 2, both for San Diego. They're controlling the possession, that we expected.
But you need goals. Goals win games, so you know Coach Donovan and Coach Farrell are getting into their special players, their magical players, the big players they have on their rosters to step up, create some magic, and put the ball in the back of the net. I'm expecting fireworks, a dogfight, and a tremendous second half here.
Oakland from right to left in the black tops, white bottoms. And San Diego from left to right in the all orange. Blanchette was down on the ground for a little bit in the first half. He shook it off and continued, and of course still out there now. And we're underway in half number 2. Oakland has won 4 of the last 5. San Diego, 3 of the last 4. 2 very informed teams here in the Pacific Division. Second place San Diego, 6th place Oakland in the hunt right now as they have climbed out from the depths of the division after starting 1-8-3. Now within striking distance in the live standings, just 6 points back of Tacoma, a team they play on Wednesday. San Diego, maybe a little bit too far from Phoenix, but trying to cling on to second place and have the first round playoff game at home at Torero Stadium. Orange County on their heels, and actually in the live standings, a flip-flop as Orange County is now on 34 points. They are ahead in their game, 1-0 over Las Vegas. When we showed you the scores from around the league at the half, there was 1 score missing. It's because we didn't really know what the heck was going on in that game. Now we do. The game missing from the Pacific Division was Phoenix against LA Galaxy 2, and we couldn't keep up with the goals fast enough. In the 35th minute, it is 3-2 Phoenix. They were down 2-1, now they're up 3-2. So that was the 1 Pacific Division game missing from the scoreboard for good reason. Goals were coming left and right, 5 in the first half.
Hopefully we get some of that magic and some the water they were drinking here in the second half.
Larraz for Herzog, clipped in, dangerous ball. Gathered by Martin, driving it on the ground. Puts it wide of the goal frame. What adjustments would you like to see from either side here in this second half?
Well, to start off with San Diego, that Oakland is pressing so high, you want one of your strikers, your attackers to come down, show into that pocket between the Oakland Roots back line and Fasori, to be able to have that outlet that you can play out easy, whether it's Moshabani, Herzog, Martinez, any of those three that are under Williams, to be able to get on the ball, to hold pressure off, and if they have time to be able to turn, because this Oakland side is pressing so high, they're making it extremely hard for San Diego. And for Oakland, you need to put shots on target. You need to get Rodriguez on the ball, Hernandez, Enriquez. They're very creative to be able to draw players in, slip in Rodriguez. I think that those are the main points coming into the second half. You want those players for Oakland to get on the ball, because those are your slippery and magic players.
Oakland wanted to play quickly after the free kick, but it's brought back. Probably a good thing maybe that it's brought back. This is not a bad spot to whip in a cross. Seems like they want to still play it quickly anyway, and they do. Inside for Valfall. Flicked out wide. It's Enriquez. Chuy Enriquez forgot the ball after the first step over. Now sends it across towards Rodriguez. Yarrow got to it first. Jordan Farrell talked a lot about the maturation process for this Oakland team over the last few weeks. They get the big win against Phoenix Rising, team that's top of the table. They go on the road and get a hard-fought draw against New Mexico in a hostile environment after they went down early in that game. The one thing that was missing from their slate all season was a grinded-out 1-0 win. And they got that on Wednesday against Vegas. He said it's a sign of a maturing, growing team. And when you get into September, October, the intensity ratchets up. You're going to need to grind out 1-0 wins, and that's something that may be on the table again tonight as we go deeper and deeper into this game.
And it builds character. You're going to see once that clock hits 75 and there's 15 minutes left, that the Oakland Roots players are going to look around each other and say, okay, now it's time to dig in. Now it's time to really step up to the plate and create some magic and get that ball in the net. Well, it doesn't need to be pretty. We just need points at this point in the season.
Pretty play out of the corner here. Diaz cuts it inside. Rodriguez goes down. And it'll be just a corner kick for Oakland. One thing that Jordan Farrell noted when it comes to games like this, up until Wednesday, they weren't able to say, come on guys, we've been here before, because they had never been there before. They hadn't had the 1-0. And now as this game goes on, they can finally say, hey, we've been here before just the other night. And it was around the hour mark when they scored. Valfall forced a turnover. Rodriguez slotted it home. Now from the corner, it's Hernandez. Yarrow got to it first. Sent back in. Kai Green's header. Easily gathered by Guerrero.
I think Green just misplays this ball. You would like to see him head that ball across the 6-yard box. Had a couple players of his teammates there and easy for a tap and just a misplaced header there.
Hernandez picks up a yellow card. Take a look back at that header from Kai Green. Replay brought to you by Nation's Giant Hamburger, serving you since 1952.
You can see it's just a misplaced header. I think he caught maybe in between two minds. Does he go for goal? Does he put it across the box? But you would like it to see him head it across the box for an easy tap in for one of his players.
Something we've seen a couple of times tonight already in the box from Oakland. The other time was when Valfall was caught between taking the strike and playing it across. Ended up just slotting it out for a goal kick. Thought that ball might have stayed in, but just over the line.
There, and you can see again how hard it is for this San Diego Loyal team to get out of the pressure of this Oakland Roots. That's when you need someone to be able to pop into that little pocket, to be able to say, hey, I'm here, give me the ball, let me relieve some pressure. They've been lacking that 52 minutes into this game, and it's the same story, but you have to give credit to the Oakland Roots to putting that pressure, swarming the ball, getting numbers around. It's been tremendous to see.
Herzog taken down by Clementa.
It's a clever foul there from Herzog. He sees the pressure coming in, knows what he's doing, and just takes a little dive and gets a foul for his team.
More contact there. And again, a foul is called. Well, Shabane drew it, Fisore committed it. Ornstill, Moshabane, and Hernandez are the three on yellows, just to keep in mind as this half goes along.
And it's a really dangerous area here for the San Diego Loyal squad. When you have a player like Charlie Adams that has a tremendous left foot that can hit a ball in on a dime, it's always a dangerous situation and any dead ball opportunity. So look for him to put this ball around the penalty area and have Stoneman, Yarrow, your big boys to get ahead on it. Williams.
Martin, Adams both stand over it. Last time they both did, Martin gave way to Adams. And again here, it is Adams, whipped into a dangerous area. Back post save by Blanchett on the doorstep and cleared away. How did that ball not go in for San Diego Loyal? Chance is still alive. Now it's cleared away a little bit by Volfall, still alive. The shot is over the bar. What a flurry from San Diego. Oakland fortunate to still be level.
What a save for Blanchett, staying big and keeping a 0 on the scoreboard. It is a tremendous ball in from Charlie Adams. And if you're Ornstill, you have to stay with your man. But what a save that is from Blanchett. And here we go again. Just a defensive unit as the Oakland Roots. And again, it's Yarrow acting like a striker, being active in and around the box. But again, Blanchett is to answer any questions. He's having a tremendous game so far. But if you're the Oakland Roots, you have to be a little bit more tidy, a little bit more organized, and not have runners running away free into your box.
And another set piece they'll have to deal with here. Last time, just seconds ago, nearly cost them. Everything right now going San Diego's way. How early is too early to maybe make a sub here if you're Jordan Farrell to try and stem the tide of this game the way it's going?
I think he gives it about 10 more minutes to see if they're able to relieve some of this pressure from the San Diego Loyal. If not, you bring in maybe Brandon Allen to be able to have that pressure, to hold that pressure. Mfeka, he plays in between the lines cleverly, so let's see what Jordan Farrell has up his sleeve.
This time it is Martin. He tried to catch Blanchett at the near post, and he nearly did. That ball seemed like it was going wide. Blanchett didn't want to take any chances. But Martin just keeping him honest. After a couple crosses in a row from Adams, tried the little sneak attack there with the shot at the near post.
And again, he's there to answer any questions asked of him. He's having a tremendous game, the leader for this Oakland squad. But if you're the Oakland Roots, you cannot be giving the San Diego Loyal any more dead ball opportunities in and around your area. You can see how dangerous they are with the likes that they have, the talent to be able to hit balls up.
Clementa steps up here to force a turnover. Volfall looking for Rodriguez. Taken away by Yarrow. Martin touches it by Diaz. And Volfall, a veteran foul there to take him down. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Things are getting a little heated now between these teams. A lot of fouls, and nothing too malicious, but they're starting to accumulate, and it's starting to boil over.
I think it grows with frustration. No team is either able to get a chance on goal. Little hard fouls, little late, little shoves, keeping my leg in a little bit longer. And if you're the referee, you want to cut that out and get the ball playing, because these two teams can play, and that's what we want. That's why we're here, to watch soccer.
16 fouls against Oakland, 10 fouls against San Diego. A lot of players keep that little notebook and get players back depending on how the fouls are. These teams won't have to wait too long. They play again in 11 days.
Of course. No love lost between these two teams.
Adams clips it into the box. Chested down by Williams. Martin back for Adams. Another delivery into the box. Poor touch there on the clearance. Herzog's shot is blocked by Clementa. San Diego flexing its muscles now in terms of possession, playing within their game model. This is what they love to do. Jordan Farrell noted, he's heard it said before from Landon Donovan, death by 1,000 passes, that's the goal. But the one thing they haven't been able to do is deal that final blow, San Diego. A couple of big saves now from Blanchette. On a night where the Oakland faithful want to see this team continue their run of form. 4,367 in attendance tonight at Laney College. A place that only seats roughly 3,000, so spilling over into the standing room.
It's a tremendous atmosphere. You know these players are growing off of it, especially the Oakland Roots. They want to put on a show for their fans and get a big 3 points at home.
That ball spins out for an Oakland throw. The work rate from Rodriguez is one of the big things he draws praise for, as well as motor never stops atop the formation. Tried to pressure there and keep it on the other end, but San Diego able to break out and on a throw deep in the attacking third.
And it's better from San Diego. You see Moshabani making a run out from the midfield to create space for Williams, but then he gets the ball, and that's what you want to see. That was lacking in the first half. Players making runs, showing up in dangerous opportunities. And you can see 15 minutes into the second half, this Loyal squad is finding success building out of their back.
Hour gone, half hour to go with Ricky Lopez Espen. I'm Joe Malfa. Glad to have you with us this evening. Second meeting of this season between San Diego and Oakland. Ward was looking for Rodriguez, gets it back off the ricochet. Akeem Ward's shot is blocked by Yaro.
And it's a great opportunistic run here from Ward. The first pass doesn't come off, but he stays with the play. And you know he had only one sight, is to put that ball on target, and that's something you want to see once you have an open space for a player.
That was misjudged by Guerrero, by Martin, but they're fortunate to not concede a corner.
But you love to see the confidence and audacity of this Oakland squad, to see any chance they have to take it and to run with it.
Roots' next home game at Laney College will be Saturday, September 18th at 7 p.m. against LA Galaxy 2. Tickets are available starting at $20 for general admission. Visit OaklandRootsSC.com to secure your tickets tonight. Not their next home game overall. They'll play at home at their other venue, Las Positas, on Wednesday. That comes against Tacoma Defiance. Be sure to get tickets for that one as well. Heavy tackle right between the benches. Jeremy Shear, a little extra force on that whistle. And he's beckoning the player over for a yellow card. It'll be Martinez.
And we take another look at it here, and you just see a little bit of frustration there from Martinez coming through the backside of Diaz. He's had a rough night, not getting involved, and you can see the result of it. He knows what he's doing, coming late in and going through Diaz. Hard foul there.
Chance of Let's Go Oakland ring up from the crowd, trying to will this team on. This is around the time they scored on Wednesday in the 1-0 win over Vegas. San Diego, a team that has dominated at home this year, but on the road just 3-5-2. A lot of those losses came early in the season, though. With the way the schedule's been, they've been at home 5 of their last 6 matches ever since the beginning of August. Haven't had too much time on the road, but that changes coming up for San Diego. A big stretch here of 4 of the next 5 on the road. Foul goes against Fisore. And while San Diego become the road warriors here down the stretch with the schedule, a lot of time at home for the Oakland Roots. Right now, tonight, they begin a stretch of 6 of the next 7 at home. And when you're where you are in the table, within striking distance of that 4 spot, you see 6 of the next 7 at home, and you start smiling from ear to ear. You win your home matches, you've got a shot.
That's the main thing, win your home matches. San Diego has done tremendous. Now Oakland needs to do the same.
Herzog, too much on it. Long run for Martinez to keep it in. He does, just barely. Elijah Martin, back for Charlie Adams. Adams has a strike. Blanchette makes the save. Knuckling, dipping ball, not easy to deal with, and it's a corner coming for San Diego.
And again, it's a great save. Another great save there for Blanchette to keep this game knotted at 0. He's been tremendous. He's been confident. They've asked a lot of questions, and he's answered every single one of them.
First change now. As you mentioned when I asked the question a few moments ago, Ricky, it'll be about 10 minutes before that first sub. It was exactly 10 minutes for Jordan Farrell. And entering the match, a player you've played with, Lindo Mafeka, comes in for Chuy Enriquez. Substitution brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. East Bay Community Energy providing green power at lower rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more. Corner was dealt with well, but it's still alive for San Diego. Second ball in, dealt with again. This time it's Ward. Player down in the box. Can't tell from here who it is, but the play continues. Play goes the other way. And now it'll stop. Look at the last chance here.
And
Charlie
Adams, just what a left foot he has on him. It's this clean strike. That ball's dipping, swerving. But again, Blanchette's there to answer any questions asked of him. And what a save that is.
That's Martinez down on the ground for San Diego. And then Donovan actually ditched a scarf. Never usually takes it off, but it is a chilly night. Get the jacket on. But this is exactly what he said he wanted. You get the sting of the cold air. Calendar reads September. It's time for crunch time on the way into the playoffs, so he is relishing this, I would imagine, on the sideline.
Scarf off, business on, 3 points on the line. You know they want it, you know he wants it.
Alejandro Guido, Miguel Ibarra are waiting to check in for San Diego. The first player that will give way is Colin Martin. And the other will be Martinez, who's gone to have a seat on the bench. So Guido in, Ibarra in, Martin and Martinez out for San Diego. Colin Martin, that is. Elijah still out there. Two nice options to have off the bench, Ricky, at this stage of the game.
Not bad at all. The number 10 for a reason. Donovan talks so highly of Guido, just the type of player he is to be able to draw players in and find that final pass and find that finishing touch. A player that I know personally playing with him at LAFC is a tremendous talent. And Ibarra, what is career he's had, the composure he has in the final third to be able to find that final pass and a score as well. So it's going to be two really big impact subs.
Blanchett having another stellar night in goal, though he'd probably tell you he wishes he didn't have to deal with all these shots on target. 5 of them he's had to deal with. 3 of them have been terrific saves. 1 of them harmless, 1 of them tricky on that knuckler. But 5 saves in all. For a guy who has seen his form turn as the team's form has turned. Before August 11th, a goals against average of 2.66. Since August 11th, he came into the night at 0.83, and that is continuing to dwindle down as this game goes along. Goals against average could be deceiving. Sometimes there's games where you don't maybe face shots, but to back up his improvement in goals against, he's improving in the save percentage as well from 65 up to 75. So it hasn't just been a case of that back line settling in and not allowing any shots on Blanchett. He's faced them, he's stopped them, and he's a big reason for this turnaround for the club. 5-1-2 after a 1-8-3 start. Heavy touch from Mafeka. Now he gives it away. Wanted the foul call, never got it. Herzog pressing against the back line, threads the ball through. Chance here for San Diego brewing with a tackle by Ornstill. Had to time it perfectly. He's on a yellow, it's in the box, and he gets all ball.
Tremendous defending there from Ornstill to be able to find the right time to put that tackle and not get any touch of the man and stop this San Diego Loyal attack. What a defensive play that is.
Gasore, space opens up. He sends Ward on a run. Ward against Larraz. Ward cuts in. Guerrero reads it well. Tries to spring a quick attack the other way. Well, Shabane couldn't get there before Clementa did. Emmer Clementa threads it through for Rodriguez. Rodriguez has a shot. Tough angle.
Yeah, you touched on it perfectly. It was a really tough angle. You would like to see him try to pull that one back, maybe to the top of the box or across the 6 where you see Manfeka working around. But it's good signs for this Oakland squad in the last 5 minutes, putting pressure on the San Diego Loyal side and look for them to keep pushing on and find a late.
Around the Pacific, Sacramento lost 2-0 against El Paso. Orange County remains ahead 1-0 over Las Vegas with 20 minutes to go. And at the half, Phoenix up 3-2 on LA Galaxy. And in the live table, that puts Orange County level on points with San Diego. If this result were to hold, they'd both have 34 points through 23 games. And Oakland would be 2 points behind Sacramento for 5th place with a game in hand. And that game in hand comes on Wednesday. So as Oakland has made the climb up from the cellar of this division, they now just have one more team to pass in Sacramento before only the playoff line separates them and the 4th place team. Stoneman being helped off. Might we see a change here? And yes, that will be it for Stoneman. Gianfranco Facineri will enter.
And Stoneman will be happy with this shift. Unlucky to come off with a little bit of a nagging injury, but he was good in the tackle. He was very confident organization in that center of the park. That center of the defense, I rather should say. And you know Coach Donovan's going to be happy with him. Hopefully he's okay, because he's a big part of the San Diego defensive unit.
Clementa wins it, ball threaded through from Mafeka. Guerrero has had a terrific night in reading plays off his line. How many times have we seen him at the edge of the box or coming off the line to make a play like that, slapping the ball away on a cross before it even gets to a dangerous spot?
And that's what you want as a goalkeeper. It's easy to kind of doze off, might not have the action that you do as a field player, but it's just such a mental position. And you love to see that from Guerrero, always on his toes, reading plays and cutting out dangerous opportunities for Oakland.
San Diego still controlling the possession, the tempo, but Oakland's starting to find their opportunities now on counters after turnovers, and that's where San Diego has been vulnerable this year. A couple of games off the top of the head that stick out. They've lost all 3 times this year against Tacoma, and in all 3 games, the goals they've conceded to Tacoma, all counterattacks in games that San Diego dominated otherwise. So something they've got to be careful of here down the stretch, as Oakland seems to be settling into that mode here where they're just content to counter when it's there.
And you might think it's a little bit weird saying, how are you the most vulnerable when you have the ball? Because when you have the ball, you want to be able to spread your defensive opponent out to find those gaps you're able to play through. But having that said is when you lose the ball, you're so spread out, so there's so many gaps that play against you. So that's something that Coach Donovan has to talk to his team to clean up. And there you can see they almost got caught again on a counter-attacking opportunity.
No argument from Diaz. Good call from Jeremy Shear. Elijah Martin cuts it back, gets a cross in, and Fasore keeps it from reaching the danger area. Kai Green looking to shield it out, and he successfully does. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more info, visit usl-academy.com. $15 to go, plus stoppage time here at Laney College. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Thanks for tuning in tonight. It was 1-0 the first time these teams met back on June 29th. San Diego coming away with the 3 points. And it was a goal in the 72nd by Ibarra that got them the win. Here's Rodriguez. Had the ball caught up between both feet. Valfal picks out the run of Memo Diaz. Great ball into Diaz, cuts it across. Still alive, and now it'll be raised, the flag. Not sure if it's an offside or if the ball was out for a goal kick, but the danger goes away for Oakland.
What about this for a ball from Fall? Talk about a tongue twister, first of all. But again, just to have the vision to find Diaz running off that backside. And you love the idea from Diaz to just serve that across the 6, but you want your number 9 to be crashing that box. But it's a tremendous move from the Oakland Roots, and it starts with the player like Fall in the middle of the park to have the vision to pick out runs. And if you're San Diego Loyal, you have to be careful and be organized in that back.
Good step from Ward, working on Larraz. Here's Rodriguez.
And that's the second time Akeem Ward has had a really good read on the ball and pick Larraz's pocket to start a counterattack.
Visore finds Hernandez. Space starting to open up for Oakland. They're starting to find a rhythm late on. Will a goal come with it for either side? One touch too many from Clementa. He's way out of position now if San Diego could get it the other way. There's Clementa still down in the corner, fighting for it, but it's won back by Oakland. Only briefly.
You can just see the pressure that this Oakland Roots is putting. Every dead ball, there's 2, 3, 4 players around. And you know they want this one, they need this win, and you can tell the players are committed for each other, working for each other, putting their bodies on the line, and it's a joy to see.
Overzealous from Rodriguez. Still only seen the one switch from Oakland with Mafeka coming in and Enriquez going to the bench. Wonder what else Jordan Farrell might do. He's got the likes of Ariel Mumba, Brandon Allen on the bench. Tarn Weir recently came back from an ankle injury that was suffered at the beginning of August. Mumba has been in terrific form. 2 goals recently. And just really finding his way at just 19 years of age. Clementa has been very active tonight in stepping high and not letting a guy like Williams turn. Here's Clementa again. Plays it off Herzog to Rodriguez. Advantage is played. Here's Valfall straight on to goal. It falls for Mafeka cutting in. Heavy touch. Settled by Visore. Matias Visore's strike is saved by Guerrero.
And again, it's just brilliant play from Valfall. He dribbles, and he's reading the defender. Does the defender stay with him, or does the defender go with Benfica? Luckily, it comes to Benfica, and it's just a clever cutback, just a little bit too long, too far of a touch, but it's good signs for Oakland Roots. And a little shaky moments here for the San Diego Loyal. You need to clean it up in the back line and not give this Oakland Roots any sniff at the ball. They're turning the ball over in dangerous areas far too easy.
Valfall wins it now. Ariel Mumba is getting ready to check in. Told it'll be for Jose Hernandez, barring a last-minute change of heart. Kai Green ranging forward, gets across in towards Mafeka. Still alive. Valfall lines it up. Valfall would like that one back. Fontaneri picks up a yellow card.
Substitution for the Oakland Roots in the 81st minute. Replacing number 18, Jose Hernandez.
Good shift from Jose Hernandez. Now it's Ariel Mumba's turn. During their last spell of home games, he scored against Phoenix, he scored against Tacoma, and then on the road against Las Vegas and Tampa Bay, particularly in the Las Vegas game, he was very lively, helped create some chances. A player that Jordan Farrell believes has really matured a lot and has turned the corner here in his rookie season.
Look for him to be active, to get into the play, to show up in danger spots for this Oakland Roots squad. He's been very active, like you said. He's getting good form, so look for him to grow in that confidence.
Great throw-in taken quickly. This brings Moshabane. And it'll be a goal kick.
Again, tremendous defending there from Ornstill. Ornstill, Clementa, Green have been tremendous, knowing when to step, when to drop, hard in the tackle, making it very difficult for the San Diego squad. And you know Coach Farrell is happy with his back 3 unit.
Morgan Hackworth entering the match now for Tumi Oshibane. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. Nifty little flick on from Rodriguez. He regathers the loose ball and is fouled. Goes against Ibarra. Diaz, Mumba lets it go as he tried to swing the left leg around. Flicked on, long run from Mafeka to get there. Kept alive by Diaz, acrobatically. Throw for San Diego, but Oakland continues to keep them in their defensive third.
And they're finding it super hard, this Loyal side, to get out of their defensive third. As I said, this pressure from the Oakland Roots has been tremendous. Something that Coach Farrell is going to want his squad to keep going down the season. They're just a pain to play against. You see how many players swarm the ball.
Offside called against San Diego, I believe, on that initial ball in for Williams.
Now when you're able to press so high and win the ball in dangerous areas, now the next step is to making it count. Finding dangerous opportunities from your pressing and to putting the ball in the back of the net. So you know Coach Farrell wants his squad with 5+ minutes left to get the ball into a dangerous area, win the ball, and make it count and put the ball in the back of the net.
Clemente tried to pick out that ball to Visori, but slipped. Hackworth lets it go for Herzog, continues his run. Herzog puts the ball in. Blanchett is there. Down the stretch of the season, draw not always the best result because you need to start picking up 3 points in a tight race. I think both teams would be okay with a draw tonight the way this game has gone and with the way the standings look. Oakland has some games in hand within 6 points of the playoff line. San Diego right now in a spot where every point counts in that battle for second place, trying to have a home game in the first round of the playoffs.
I think more so for the Loyal, having a point away in a hostile environment like Oakland, playing on a field that they're not used to, suits them a little bit better. But if you're Oakland, you want to win your home games. I think that's the bottom line. You have to pick up as many points as you can to keep pushing and getting over that playoff line, to put pressure on SAC, to put pressure on Tacoma. So I think that's something that Coach Farrell is going to will his team to keep pushing and pushing and pushing till his final whistle to see if they can find a late winner.
Diaz. Mumba keeps it in, working his way through. Contact there, and no call is made. It'll be a corner for the Roots. time they had a home game here at Laney. They did score off a corner. That was put in by Kai Green.
And look for a dangerous service here from Benfica. He has a great left foot to bend it into that dangerous area.
He bends it to the top of the 6. Ward puts it back in there. Fall. Heavy touch with the head. And it was just over the line. Another corner from the other side now for the Roots. Everybody turned to see if the flag would go up on Fall, but with all the bodies around, it did stay down. Outswinger coming this time from Benfica. Driven ball in. Fall got a foot to it as he was falling down. And then Donovan said this game came down to making plays in and around the box. Sounds simple, but he said it really is that simple. His team has made some plays in the box, but Paul Blanchette has just shut the door a couple of times. That's why it's still 0-0 here with 90 seconds to go of the 90 minutes.
And that's why he was a player that we highlighted in the pregame. He needed to have a big game, and he's had one thus far. He's been tremendous, confident, secure, and that's what you want as a goalkeeper.
Larraz, might Blanchette be called into action again? Williams had it nodded away by Green before he had a chance at it. Curled in from Martin, flicked onto the back post. I think it came off of Fisore's head rather than Herzog's, but the flag went up for offside. Blanchette making sure the back line is organized here at the late stages of this one. Looking to preserve that clean sheet. Would be their 5th of the season. Rodriguez pressuring the back line. It falls for Rodriguez. Guerrero's there, still loose. Dicey moment for San Diego. Fisore plays it out. Benfica. Now it's Ward. 4 minutes of added time. Brought to you by Aviation Institute of Maintenance. Looking for an essential career in the field of aviation? The Aviation Institute of Maintenance offers FAA-approved hands-on training to prep students to test for their airframe and power plant certifications. Call 888-FIX-JETS for more info. That's 888-349-5387.
And going back about a minute or so, you love to see that from Rodriguez, to run down a ball that seems like it's just harmless and create havoc between that San Diego backline and the goalkeeper Guerrero. It's something that's infectious to this team. We're 91 minutes into this game, and he's still putting his body on the line, making that run, and that is just tremendous work for the Oakland number 9.
Foul committed by the Roots. Sets up another chance here for a free kick to be swung into the box. That's been where San Diego has created some of their opportunities tonight. Adams drives it, top of the box, skimmed off of somebody's head. Is it a corner or a goal kick? It will be a corner for the Loyal. The captain, Adams, has been the trigger man on all set pieces tonight, whether corners or free kicks. He'll take this one as well. Only the second corner of the night for San Diego. But will 2 be all they need to get a winner here late? Adams swings it in, punched by Blanchette. Martin turns the corner, taken down. There wasn't really much of an option there for Ariel Mumba.
And it's really clever work there for Martin to use Mumba's pace against him. Takes a big touch and fakes across and is able to win a dangerous free kick for his squad. We're taking a look at it here, but it's just great work. It's that touch right there that turns the corner, that forces Mumba, has nothing to do but bring him down and take a professional foul. With a player like Charlie Adams on the ball, you have to be tremendously organized in this dead ball opportunity.
Essentially a short corner here. Adams floats it, center of the box. Facineri got a head to it. It comes out for Ibarra. It's drilled by Larraz. And after seeing those last couple of set pieces go by the wayside, I think Oakland might be content to hear that final whistle here.
Something tells me there's one last opportunity in this match, Joe. I don't know why, but I think there is for either side.
Well, let's see if I'll be asking you for lottery numbers later. Only a few seconds remaining. Larraz all the way across. Long run to keep it in. And Martin does. Inside, Adams taken down. And that goes against Adams. He will pick up a yellow card for simulation as well. You almost had it. Thought for a moment that Shear was going to point to the spot. From this angle, couldn't quite tell. But it is a yellow card against Adams for simulation.
And again, it's a good build-up here from the Loyal. And if you're Charlie Adams, he knows what he's doing there. Feels a little bit of contact and goes down. Not too much to get a PK, but in the end, it's really good refereeing to give a yellow card, so well-deserved Adams. Trying to be a little cheeky, pick up a last-minute PK for his squad.
There's the final whistle. No goals in this one, but a point each for San Diego and Oakland. Second time they've met this year. They'll do it again in 11 days. This time it ends scoreless. And thanks to that man, Paul Blanchette, with a few big stops.
What a game he had, the man of the match. He was tremendous, answered every single question that was asked of him. And he's the reason why this game ended 0-0. Hard-fought match, just not enough efficiency in the final third, and to find that magic player to put the ball in the back of the net. But it was a well-deserved draw for each team.
Landon Donovan having a word with the officials. I don't think he saw that last play the same way, as a dive instead of a PK. But he shares a laugh with some of the players for Oakland. Shakes hands with Clementa. And we'll be back in a moment to wrap this one up here from Laney College. 0-0 between the Roots and the Loyal.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
What do you think about our new tagline?
Have you checked that on Urban Dictionary?
That's descriptive.
How's our checkout working?
I can't add it to the cart. The chat's in the way. Frustrating.
Eye-opening.
See it how your customer sees it with user testing.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Tonight's game was brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities and by user testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. With that, we take a look at the full-time highlights from the 0-0 draw between San Diego and Oakland, brought to you by Anthem. Chances went San Diego's way in the first half.
They were on the front foot with a lot of possession, but this was the save of the match, the play of the match. What a save that is from Blanquette to keep this game knotted at 0. But again, it's a strong header from Williams, who is in form, but it's all about that save. It's a tremendous and world-class save there from Blanquette.
That might not have even been the best save Blanchette made on the evening. We'll get to some more later. This one, he didn't have to do anything, and he's probably thankful he didn't, because that was earmarked for the top corner if it was 6 inches to the left. Not something that I think Blanchette was getting to, but this one, another big stop.
And it's just staying big and being a presence in that 6-yard box, and it's a tremendous save. And then again, just the defensive numbers that this Oakland Roots has to not give Josh Yarrow an easy turnaround shot, but it's just a defensive effort, and you love to see it from the Oakland Roots to keep this San Diego team in check.
Oakland started to turn things late where they created some opportunities for themselves, but it came a little bit later on here. Last quarter hour, they turned it up a little bit. This was the last really good opportunity before Oakland turned it around by Adams on just a knuckler that Blanchette did whatever he could to get away. And in the end, the full-time stats brought to you by Puma. 12 shots to 9 for San Diego, 5 to 3 and on target. Possession, as is typical, goes their way.
And San Diego Loyal had a ton of possession, but were unable to create anything very, very dangerous in that final third through combination play like we've seen in the past. And Oakland Roots, they were tremendous defensively, not giving San Diego anything easily. And at the end, it's a well-earned point for both squads.
And the road ahead now for Oakland has Tacoma on Wednesday. And for San Diego, they get the week off until they play LA Galaxy over the weekend. It was a party in Oakland tonight. Over 4,000 fans on hand to see the Roots take on the Loyal for the second time this season. It ends 0-0 as these teams are entrenched in the playoff race. They'll meet again in 11 nights' time here again in Oakland. And for tonight from Oakland, alongside my partner Ricky Lopez-Espin and the rest of our crew that makes this broadcast possible, I am Joe Malva saying good night from Laney College. 0-0 between the Roots and the Loyal.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.